Week 16 has arrived in the NFL. The stakes are increasing with every game, especially so when division rivals collide. And we've got that. The Rams and the Seahawks from Lumen Field on Thursday night primetime. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. 3 weeks to go in the regular season. What a start to Week 16. Rams and Seahawks underway in the NFL rivalry series. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
That's caught. Puka Nacua. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play nets a -4.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. Down to the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Williams is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
From 4 yards out. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the #1.
Yep, and now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Off of play action, Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down. Well, the Rams and Seahawks doing battle here. Of course, the NFL has targeted a handful of rivalries to really highlight this season. This is one of them, and with good reason. In recent history, both teams have had innovative offenses and hard-hitting defenses. You think about Russell Wilson and all he was able to accomplish under Pete Carroll. The same with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. You throw in the 49ers and the Cardinals, and it's easy to see why this has been one of the best divisions in football the last decade plus. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From his own goal line, Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now it's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action. Stafford. This is Smith with the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Stafford. And incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Now Stafford. He's got it. Touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Rams.
A 10-play drive that time. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks headed back out, and of all the 8 uniforms in the NFL rivalry set for this year, this has got to be the most intriguing one. It's known as the high decibel zone, obviously a nod to how loud this place can get and does get, but it's the sound wave pattern on the shoulders. So cool. That really steals the show for me. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cobb. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Darnold from the gun. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now a second and 10. Darnold now to throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Darnold to throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Stafford. And this one complete to Smith. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Stafford. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Bobo. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Walker now on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 7. In motion, the tight end. Play action. It's Darnold. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, my goodness. He was in his own zip code, but somehow could not look it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
To throw is Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
In motion goes the tight end. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. A play fake, and it's Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Seahawks, first down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Faking the give, Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
And less than a yard.
So on fourth down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here.
On for the field goal, a 23-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Seahawks 6.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Pass complete there to Nakua. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And 3rd and 8 now. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Off of play action, Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Back to throw, Darnold. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The shotgun snap for Darnold.